buy big seats, we buy little seats. And we're in the cramped coach, as usual, because that's the way it goes.
And you're on your way to where?
I'm on my way to San Jose, Costa Rica. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
She's going to Puerto Rico.
Where are we going?
At this time, your cellular phones may be used. Once again, on behalf of Spirit Airlines, especially for Lauderdale basic crew this morning, afternoon, it has been a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you for choosing Spirit Airlines, and we hope to see you on the Spirit Airlines flight in the near future. Have a wonderful stay in San Jose, wherever your travels may take you.
Enjoying themselves. Look at the nice people. There's some 3 lonely guys over there. One with a cane. And there's some other nice people. And a nice couple that keep dancing.
Strangers again.
Yeah, and this is lovely. And here's another nice group over here. And there goes the 4th guy that's all alone.
No, he belongs with the 3.
That's your Tex-Mex. That's very colorful. That's better.
It's lovely. Let me take your picture now. Baby, come on, get in the line.
It's a lovely evening. We're going to a big party, and we're going to have cocktails with the captain, I think.
Yeah.
A special party for us.
Yes. I'm all burnt.
I bet you are.
I'm blue and red.
It's
Blue
beautiful.
and red and gray today.
It's some picture. I'd like to put that in.
Please give a very warm welcome to Captain John McNeil.
Paul, I have to tell you, I'm on bended knee most of my time, with a line, we hope, to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, a very, very warm welcome. As we always say at these times, it gives us great pleasure, but I truly, truly mean it does give us great pleasure to have you all here with us this evening. And as I said at a previous occasion, these longer cruises do give us the opportunity and the time not only to make friendships, but to sustain those friendships and to relax and to enjoy each other's company. So the fact that you're here to cruise, obviously for your enjoyment, but ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being here to cruise for our enjoyment as well. Thank you so much.
How does one follow up that? I'm not quite sure, but welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know this sounds a little bit redundant, but we can't say it enough. It is such a pleasure to welcome you here. The familiar faces and several new ones as well that are now part of this Regent family. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. And it says something that we must be doing something right, that you keep coming back to us. So whether you're joining us for just the first time or whether you're a platinum or titanium member, we hope that you've enjoyed sailing with us as much as we've enjoyed having you on board. Cheers. So with that, we thank you so much for attending tonight. We hope you enjoy your evening, enjoy your cruise. And now I'll turn this back over.
Very tasty.
I could look up here at that court.
Those walls, but they had to run to each corner and hit the ball. The ball was made of the rubber, very bouncing rubber, so it bounced and it jumped from one side to the other side.
It was almost the same size of a bowling ball.
Of being free of everything.
The exactly center of the town is where the main street and the main avenue cross. The main avenue, and this is the main street. So we are Macao. It's a parrot. Okay? So this is 7 Macao, this is Hunapu. And when you see a lizard, a turtle,
Hoy sí consigues, Gaby, Dr. Pili. Hoy sí consigues.
When tourists arrive, not all of you are Catholic, but I respect everyone. Some are Baptist, Presbyterian, Mormon, I don't know, but this is part of our culture.
Profesional, envíos, deposita documentos en cédula profesional 32 065 y queda Rango Mendoza con cédula profesional 35 56 056. Ven y visítanos en nuestras 5 sucursales: Central Norte, número 24.
Mixture of cultures. When you see the scope in any place, when you see the scope is Aztec culture. When you see the jaguar, it's very fresh to have it outside home. It is Indian laurel. The Indian laurel is common and typical.
Good.
I'm waiting for dinner in Prime 7.
Great. And how about you, Ruby? What are you doing?
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm having white wine.
And you're having white wine right
Napa.
now.
Chardonnay.
Good?
No.
And surf turkey. Fabulous. Cooks perfectly. How do you get yours? Medium.
Do I speak potato?
Just medium.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. How do you pronounce that?
What?
Huatuca?
Huatulco.
Huatuco.
Wave. Bienvenidos.
That is something that we are trying to avoid here. That's why in the hotel zone, they are not going to build any more hotels. They're going to keep it just with the 6 hotels that we have. We want to keep open spaces where people can enjoy the natural beautiness of this area. cheap, and also a very 100. The main avenue that's going to take us to downtown. Aquí vamos a agarrar la avenida principal que nos lleva al centro, a la crucecita. To your left, on the corner, the pink building, that's Teléfonos de México, that's the Mexican National Film. There are bathrooms inside also. What's your step, please?
It'll be pretty on the way when it goes through there. I mean, it's got a big.
Try it on. Let me help.
We'll go through her.
Yeah,
These are magnificent.
Shopaholic. Aim the thing right down.
How did you like Huatulco?
That was much, much better than the name of the other town we were in.
Puerto Chiapas.
Huh?
Puerto Chiapas.
Puerto Chiapas. What was the first town? Is this the third?
The first one was Punta Arenas.
Punta Arenas. That's when they had all the tin roofs, right?
Yeah.
Chiapas was a little bit better, and this one was very much nice hotels. Everything was clean, very clean. It was a nice city, and the hotels were beautiful.
Yeah. They were pretty. We couldn't get that close to them, I don't think. You couldn't really see all the rooms because they were kind of hidden.
Yeah, but it's very pretty. Today?
Yes, I slept a lot.
Well, so did I. I
Just
jumped
a
out.
tired old thing.
We're just hopeless cases. And we're in the Galilea Lounge, and look at all the people dancing. And then these couple over here, they sound like they're having fun. Oh, and look who it is! It's Ruby. Ruby Clay. I didn't know she was on this. Lovely. Just lovely. Oh. And here's we're back. We're done. Oh my goodness. Thank you. My
You like some crust pepper?
salmon looks delicious.
Very nice. No, thank Thank you.
Bon appetit, everyone. Bon appetit.
What is that?
That's mushroom ragu.
Wow. That's your main course?
Yes, the vegetarian.
This is very good. You couldn't follow it. He probably has it. That be on his cell? Well, the other two dogs aren't running around losers.
Following you.
Now coming on the right hand side, there is the main square, the main plaza, the Zócalo. In Mexico, doesn't matter the size of the place. Can be a very small village or a big city. There is always a Zócalo. And normally in the Zócalo is the main church that normally is a Catholic church. Because in Mexico, about 90% of all the Mexicans, we are Catholics. We are not very good Catholics, but we are Catholics. So more or less in 1927 is the year that Acapulco started to be a resort place. But in 1946, the president of the country was Miguel Alemán, and Acapulco was one of his favorite places. So Miguel Alemán is the one who invited people to come to Acapulco to invest in the tourism business. Table. You can see the chickens over there. And on the left hand side as well, there is a store where they sell chickens. You know, there are lots of people that live on. Now there is a line of men pulling a rope. You can see over here on the right, on the beach. There are the fishermen. They are pulling a net. The net is way over, maybe 150, 200 yards away. So it takes more or less 2 hours to bring the net to the beach. And the entrance is free. But in the old times, when the hotel was here, people from the peninsula used to come to this beach. So this is really the piece of the beach that was known as the afternoon beach. Now over here we are at the limits for the traditional Acapulco. From here on we'll be in the new Acapulco, the golden area. So this first hotel is the Avalon Excalibur, that used to be Marriott. Now this hotel on the right is the biggest one in the Bay Area, the Crown Plaza. And look at the shape of it, looks like it's falling, but of course it's not. This hotel is 1,020 rooms. And this next hotel coming on the right used to be the Hilton. Now it's called Emporio. And maybe some of you remember a movie that was made in Acapulco with Elvis Presley, Fun in Acapulco. This hotel is the place where the majority of the locations were made. It's a very pretty hotel. Beautiful gardens, swimming pools, and the beach in front of it is very nice. On on it is for the bungee, and it also goes in happy hour. Look over here on the right. This can be also a nice souvenir from Acapulco, a video that they made during you performing. And that's the area where, especially at night, where the action takes place. From 8 p.m. all those places are a little bit too busy. And this is the Fiesta Americana Hotel. Is managed by American Airlines. But from here on, almost all the buildings are condominiums. But the oldest building in this area is a hotel called El Presidente that was built in the late 50s. And in the 60s we used to have a movie festival like Cannes, like all those festivals. And once Salvador Dali came for one of those festivals, and he said that Acapulco is a place for lovers, and he made it a sculpture, and he gave it to the city. Over here on the right, up on this place, you can see that sculpture. That was made by Salvador Dali. He named it The Lovers. I don't know if some of you like it. Do you? No, eh? Because in Mexico nobody likes that. But they said that it's a piece of art and cost a fortune. So in this area there is very few hotels. One of them is the one coming on the right, the Calinda Beach, that used to be Holiday Inn. But the majority of the buildings are condominiums.
Okay, now you can wave. That's the Bay of Acapulco.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. The ship is over there, but you can hardly see it.
Is that light on? Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. It's recording. It's recording the sky and the floor. And
Wonderful. Look at how beautiful. So pretty.
Well, the most exclusive section, you know, this is Las Brisas. For example, I want to know, down below, you see down below, that house exactly down below belonged to a guy from Puerto Rico. He's very famous. His name is Ricky Martin. You know Ricky Martin? Somebody? Julio Iglesias. We have people like, for example, Tom Jones. Have a house in this place. Tom Jones. Politicians like Bill Clinton, Henry Kissinger. I want to tell you something. Down below is a bay. It's a salt water. It's another harbor. Behind the bay we had a long beach we call Revolcadero Beach or Rolling Wave Beach. You see the wave over there? And between to the beach to your left we have another big lake. It's a freshwater lake. It's known as Tres Palos. Between and the lake and the beach we have the international airport.
tunes represent Mexican folklore all over the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexican Folklorico Festival.
No, I'm doing okay, I think.
Doing okay?
I'm using lots of sunscreen and I was in the pool and I cooled off.
Oh really? That's good.
So I haven't been in the sun all that much. But I will be this afternoon.
Yeah, I would put a cloth on my nose. Your nose is getting red.
Well, it was red, but I'll have to keep putting it on.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you going to do today, Ruby? Are you going to play bridge? I'm going to play bridge. Huh? What'd you say? I'm getting deafer by the minute. So we're going to play bridge. We just played bingo. And we almost won $200, but we didn't. Boy, we would have been lucky. Yes, we would have been.
So what did you think of dinner?
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful?
We had raccoon lamb and potatoes and some julienne vegetables. And I had butter pecan ice cream. I had a salad. What?
With chocolate sauce.
With chocolate sauce.
Better pecan ice cream without chocolate sauce. I lost 55 extra calories.
That makes a difference.
That makes a big difference.
Yes.
You have chocolate sauce.
You can have lunch tomorrow.
No lunch tomorrow. I don't know. No lunch, no breakfast, no dinner for the next 10 days.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to Puerto Vallarta. Welcome to our holiday. You will see. Well, we're going to have a short tour, but we're going to try to take you into a nice area that we have here in Vallarta. As maybe you know, on the 70s, 80s, maybe late in the 90s. See? And with all this competition that we have now, with Mazatlan, Cabo, Acapulco, Iztapa, Puerto Vallarta has no, brand new ones. Like this one, you see this, look those huge towers? That is a Grand Venetian. And that is a real Las Vegas investment. What that means? It means very soon we're going to have casinos, 300,000. Here to your right. Look at the beautiful Dutch road, a huge Dutch road, look at it. Right in front of this hotel, Fiesta Americana. Fiesta Americana, which was opened in 1976. Look at the property, see how they keep maintaining it. So I really have to like to you. And here you can see what I've been talking about, how Vallarta has been changed, but how the people, as well the governors of the city, try very, very hard to maintain the city with this nice Mexican and Spanish architecture style, which is very hard. And it's very hard because there are lots of people, and lots of they bought a little snap and steel. A little bit that the crown way at the top represents the Lady of Guadalupe as the queen. We still have it. I mean, oh yeah, many people. Because by the way, most of the times when we have to pick up the fruit is in the low season. And maybe you know, right now it's
How much is 279 pesos?
About 20.
See, Loya made the same thing into a big thing. Okay? So imagine you amigos to how this famous director will take your picture for $1. Candy de coco $1. Candy. Vinas
Tiendas japonesas, tiendas mexicanos, tianguis aguanta.
What a view. What a beautiful view. Are you raised?
Yeah, do something.
Thank you very much. Like my compadre used to say, hasta la vista, babies. You should say, I'll be back. I'll be back. Well, we really hope you have a better idea about Puerto Vallarta. How does this look like? How is mine? We're getting through this place, so please be ready with your cards, the ship enter cards.
No. We are going like this. We are leaving those services.
Yeah, and see it right on this side of those Channel Islands is where all the blue whales are.
Surprise. How was your dinner?
Grilled salmon, Alaskan salmon, and I had spinach. I had a spring roll appetizer, and tomato consomme soup. It was delicious. I'm saving. I couldn't eat all of it.
Okay.
We're going to go see the show.
You're going to see the show. Okay.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name, but he's very talented.
They say he's wonderful. His name is Marty Henn, or Henny. And he's a pianist, singer, great contour, sophisticated, musical, warm, funny, intelligent, elegant, and most of all, entertaining. And he's supposed to be very good.
And what time is it?
one stop on the Mexican Pacific Riviera for cruise ships, and this is the one and only Arts and Culture Tour. A tour that will give you an excellent outlook of beautiful town of San Jose del Cabo, and also we'll be visiting the art galleries, and also we'll finish at the Baja Brewery, a place where you'll learn a little bit what about all the beer making is all about here in Los Cabos. Well, first of all, I would like to introduce you to our driver. Our driver's name today is Lorenzo. Lorenzo. He's an excellent driver, has many years of experience driving these beautiful blue comfortable coaches, and he'll be driving us all the way up to San Jose and back. In case you want to talk to my driver, ask him a question, just remember that his English is somehow limited, but I'll be happy to translate for you if you need that. And I'm going to be your tour guide today, and my name is Fernando. Okay, Fernando, that is my name. Miles. We're going along the Cio Cortez, and this is the highway also where you can find some beautiful resorts. The ones you have heard all about it, they're right here on this highway. Also, we have shopping centers with some stores like the Walmart in the back and Sam's in the front here on your left. There are 9 golf courses on this tourist corridor. Well, also, before we arrive to San Jose del Cabo, which is, is another town farther than Cabo San Lucas, well, my company has a safety device just in case we cannot locate someone before we come back. Oh, yeah, they're in the back. And it's a nice view of the San Jose Bay Area. There's some condominiums around, timeshares, and beautiful hotels also here. There's a fog here today. Population of this town, about 100,000 people live here. This is a very quiet place, built as a town in the early 1800s. That's where you will see the old constructions from that time. And Cabo San Lucas was established as a fishing village, not a town. And San Jose here was, well, a town back then. And, well, this place also has something very important, the St. Joseph Mission, established here in 1730. By Padre Nicolás Tamaral. However, for years, constructed in 1888. Once the city hall was finished, was the second most important building in this town. There is where the power generator was placed to supply water to the temple. What a love scene that is. Protesting?
Is that what's filmed here? Remember they would come up and carry you to the water? So you wouldn't have to walk on the sand. Hello there. I didn't know you were here. Okay.
We are rushing to meet the guide to go to lunch at 10 after 2, and the shopping time is over. We didn't buy anything.
Boo-hoo. I should have offered her.
Que lástima.
My name is Jordan. This is the Baja Brewing Company in this area. That's a great brewery in there. But this brewery is a very micro brewery. We only serve beer here. We have another pub in Cabo, and we're about 15 or so hotels. Are you comfortable there?
Los Cabos Airport, San Jose del Cabo, Los Cabos Airport. Jets from the United States, from like Dallas and
I can see how they
Los
need
Angeles.
those big hotels.
Yeah.
Very pretty. You can see there's a lot of wealth. I don't know how they can all be filled because there's so many of them. And they look brand new, all of them.
They keep building, yeah, like you said, they're building more of them all.
Yeah, and we all have different times where they might have 4 buses going on.
Right.
4 hour.
Trolley.
Only what, 2 trolleys.
Trolley may not hold too many people.
Right.
They may have to have a couple of.
They were both marked.
We're on part, it sort of will overlap like a little bit of that.
Yes.
And then we go up to St. Petersburg.
Where do you leave from? The UK?
Will use any excuse to get outside and enjoy our lovely weather. My name is, he even went so far as to give away land, but no one would move. It wasn't until there was a large fire in Old Town, which it's rumored possibly Alonzo Horton had something to do with that fire. It wasn't until that time that people moved their homes and businesses to our present downtown area. And when he started the town, he used Fifth Avenue as the main street. If you look to the right, you'll see the newest addition to Fifth Avenue, our baseball stadium. It is called Petco Park. It is the home of our baseball team, the Padres. Across the street is the U.S. Grant Hotel. Now, originally, the Horton House stood here. And in 1905, the Horton House was torn down. In 1910, the U.S. Grant Hotel was built by Ulysses S. Grant's son, who was a prominent businessman of early San Diego. And he claimed he named it in his father's honor. Now, the fountain that you see in the park was built to... And if you look to the left, you can see San Diego International Airport's runway. That was perfect timing. Now, it is also known as Lindbergh Field, and that's because it was here that Charles Lindbergh built the Spirit of St. Louis. He took off from this area to make his flight to New York and then his famous flight to Paris. Our airport has 3 terminals, 1 runway, and handles over 15 million passengers a year. As you can see, it's an intricate flight pattern. Also, the University of California at San Diego and the Salk Institute. And La Jolla is known for its shopping. It's very attractive, one-of-a-kind boutiques.
Okay, I'm sure. It's a very pretty town.
BJ's a 13.
Oh, look at the seals! Wow, look at the seals! Oh, God. They're all sunning themselves. Oh. You wonder how they can get up there. Aren't they cute? Look at that one coming up. Look how they come up.
This is La Jolla, and that's the coast, Pacific coast, of course. So we're in San Diego.
Beautiful. There goes Ruby.
There goes Ruby.
And here comes Joseph. Here's Joseph. This water, it's so cool.
It is.
Cool. Here comes another one.
Okay, and if you look to the left, you're going to see Grande Colonial, this hotel. And the part that's a restaurant, 910, that used to be the pharmacy where Gregory Peck's father worked and where he was. We are larger than San Francisco and San Jose, which surprises a lot of people. And currently we're the 8th largest city in the United States. Our city population is a little over 1 million. And our county population, which includes the city, is 2.8 million. Now we have an average temperature year-round of 70 degrees, and our normal range Pacifica, although it is one of the few restaurants in San Diego where you do not request a window table because it overlooks the cemetery. Now you begin to see a few of the many shops and restaurants. Also, just ahead, coming up on the right, is one of the historical buildings. It's called the Thomas Whaley House. And Thomas Whaley actually designed the home, built the home, made the bricks and built the home. It was the first 2-story brick building built in Southern California. They say that Thomas Whaley and his wife's ghost still haunt that house today. In fact, the people that work there, they say they very often smell her perfume and his tobacco. In fact, Regis Philbin of Regis and Kelly, he used to work here, and I've heard him talk about this on his show many times. He stayed overnight in that house, and he did see the ghost, but he shined his flashlight on it and it disappeared. From the top of the bridge, you're going to get a spectacular view of San Diego's harbor. As I said earlier, it consists of 22 square miles of very calm bay. About halfway across, we will enter the city of Coronado. Up until 1846, Coronado was an open grazing land filled with jackrabbits and coyotes. And then two men that used to hunt these jackrabbits, one by the name of Story, who was a piano manufacturer, the other by the name of Babcock, who was a railroad financer, they purchased Coronado for $110,000. And they established the Coronado Beach Company with the intentions of building a luxury resort hotel, which later became known as the famous Hotel del Coronado. This is where they dock the aircraft carriers. This is also where they repair the aircraft. And it's the home of the F-18s and the E-2s. They're the early warning detection planes. They're the cottages. The largest one has 4 bedrooms, indoor and outdoor jacuzzis, fireplaces, and it goes for $5,000 a night. Okay, as I said, you're all my cousins. We're going to take a little walking tour around the outside, and then you'll have your free time to explore.
That from some Like It Hot beach. It is. What do you think?
It's a beautiful place.
Now we're going to be passing right in front of our Air and Space Museum. It traces our airline history from its beginnings through aerospace. They have 2 planes out front on display. The one on the right is a Blackbird, which was a spy plane. The one on the left, a Navy Sea Dart. Actually, there'll be 3 beautifully landscaped gardens. There is a tea house in the middle used as a visitor center. Now, just ahead of us is the area that was built during the California Panama Exposition in 1915. And what I'd like to do, I'm just going to take you on a little walk out there to get you acclimated to where things.
Boucher.
What do they call it?
Amuse Boucher.
Isn't that wonderful? It's like little McDonald's. Can't pick it up. Can't put that thing around.
It's too big for your mouth, I think.
Can't pick it up.
want some more?
Back again.
Well, book another cruise. Seriously, it's not quite the end, and before our special farewell, of course, I would like to invite someone very special back to the stage, the Master of the Seven Seas navigator, Captain John McNeil.
Ladies and gentlemen, the expression hearts and minds, I think, hearts and souls comes into mind. It is an honour and a privilege to serve with such a crew, isn't it not? They're fantastic.
Of the Seven Seas Navigator. And we have our wonderful captain, John McNeil, and our staff captain, Daniel, with safety and security and all my friends down there on the bridge. And Chris, our assistant controller. Frank, our wonderful general manager. Heike, Gloria, Anthony, housekeeping, Maria, and Lynn, our business Sia, before you leave. Annika, Alex, all the restaurant team, and executive chef, Anthony, and of course, Andy Rock's Spa. Regina and Ryan, singers and dancers. And our wonderful stewards and stewardesses. And of course, the wonderful butlers. And of course, our wonderful security team, and of course all of our persons and the people who drive the Templars. And the staff in the casino, and our destination services team. And of course our bar staff. And our wonderful team from the galley. Wonderful regional signature orchestra and ladies and gentlemen. And of course,
okay, you're on camera. Action.
Thank you. We just had our last dinner on board.
Sounds so final.
Yeah, our last dinner, not our last meal, but our last dinner. And it was very good.
Very sad. Start crying now. Boo-hoo.
As soon as the cruise starts, it's over. It seems there's no sense of timing. It's all as soon as it starts, it's over. That's the way it always goes. And then you just have to start looking forward to the next one.
That's right.
And start looking at availability and start thinking about what's the next window of opportunity.
And did you have a nice evening, Mrs. Clay?
I've been in this movie.
You've been invited to speak. Speak. Or forever hold your peace.
Already been in this movie.
And then we see all these people eating. There's the captain's table. He's going to be eating there soon.
But no captain.
But no captain.
And you can see a little bit more of the silhouette of Alcatraz coming up on the port side. And also coming up, you can see clearing as the clouds are lifting, the Bay Bridge that connects up the city with the western side of the bay, the area of Oakland and Berkeley.
color they're calling now.
Oh, I think we're all out of there by now, don't you think? Still getting out.
Yep.
Off run. They're still coming out of that door. Oh, yeah, because here's the taxi.
We're lucky to come out when we did.
That's the restaurant where we eat our croissant. Wants a croissant. And sit here on the bench. Like a little piece of sweet roll. Would you care for a piece of sweet roll?
Kind of tragic and also really an enormous feat for its time and continues to be to this day. At least it will be when they finish replacing the eastern half, which we'll show you in a moment. I was talking about how this is arguably really three bridges. There's two spans. This is the western span. If you pretended for a moment that they promise us this one won't fall down. Oh man, you can actually see the Golden Gate Bridge. Whenever it's foggy, I tell people there's a lot of tourists because they get to see the bridge the way real San Franciscans see the bridge. Just to say we don't really see the bridge. It's usually white. And they did. They drove 10 people crazy enough to jump into the water and try and swim what was a very, very short distance all the way to the shores of San Francisco. 9 didn't make it. Turned back. 5 were lost. One. Interested, really only half a mile in either direction on this main road right here. That's kind of the commercial portion of Sausalito that is appealing to people, particularly people who might be hungry. And if you are, there's lots of restaurants in this area. If you have any interest in specific types of food, ask me. I can probably point you in a
Very pretty town.
Where are you? Do you remember?
I'm in Sausalito. Very pretty. There's a place to eat over there. I'm used to eating every 3 hours.
Island right out there. You can see a lighthouse blinking on it. That is the oldest operating lighthouse on the West Coast. It's been there since 1854. Also across the way, the Bay Bridge. A lot of people don't know this.
That bridge is beautiful. Isn't that
So there it is, not this one, but the one ahead of us to the right. This shuttle van right in front of it. This museum concentrates more on Walt Disney, the man.
That's it. Can you see?
Yeah.
Alcatraz?
Uh-huh.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Right there. And keep this way.
Can you see it all at one time?
Yeah.
It's the Fine Arts Dome and the Alcatraz and B.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire House is located here in Pacific Heights. It's on Steiner Street. Unfortunately, we are not going to drive by it, but it is located in this neighborhood. To your right, the Presidio Terrace, completely landscaped. They have a planetarium, the Steinhardt Aquarium, a penguin exhibit, albino alligators, and a rainforest. Brand new state-of-the-art, amazing, amazing science museum, our Academy of Sciences. Here to the right,
Trans-American building, Fort Mason. Wow, that's the picture. Is that the Explorers Monument? Is that the Explorers Monument? Right there, that round building or that?
Yes.
grass. To the left, you guys, this lovely, lovely structure is the Conservatory of Flowers. It's our Palace of Horticulture. We have over 7. Ashbury Street, the street right in front of us. If you go up 2 blocks, you'd be at the corner of Haight and Ashbury. Ashbury District. Cookies. When that is my house. Beautiful. Alright, now we're going to be traveling down Fulton Street, and at the very end of Fulton, we get a fantastic view of San Francisco City Hall. It's our City Hall building. Regency Hotel down that way. So this line right here actually makes no right turns and no left turns. It just goes straight up and straight back down. Now because of that, there's hardly ever a wait to jump on that cable car. So if you're in San Francisco and there's a lot of people visiting and the line to get on the cable car at PAL is an hour and a half long and you don't have an hour and a half to wait in line to get on a cable car, maybe you want to ride this one. Hardly ever in line to ride this one. Nob Hill is actually short for Nobility Hill. A lot of wealth. The 4 gentlemen that invested in the Transcontinental Railroad and became very wealthy, the railroad barons, they were known as the Big Four. They all had mansions here at the top of Nob Hill. And they were Charles Crocker, Mark Hopkins, Leland Stanford, and Colleen Huntington. Now after the honor, so there's the Mark Hopkins Hotel, the Stanford Court, Hotel Huntington, and then poor Crocker, he got a garage. He didn't get a hotel, so we got a Crocker garage. The Big Four restaurant at the bottom of the Hotel Huntington. This large cathedral to our left, Grace Cathedral, stands where Charles Crocker's mansion used to stand. Now it's Grace Cathedral, a very lovely Episcopalian church. We have the Flood Mansion here to the left. And then behind the Flood Mansion is the Fairmont Hotel. Very prestigious Fairmont Hotel. You'll see a little room that says Tonga. That is their cocktail lounge. It's called the Tonga Room. And it's done in a rainforest tiki kind of theme. And it actually rains in the Tonga Room. They've simulated...
Turn around. Thank you.
Telegraph Hill.
No.
Is that Telegraph Hill?
No, it's Lombard Street.
Lombard. We're going to Telegraph Hill next. No, why is it
I didn't hear that.
Coming up on the left, Washington Square Park, and here's where you'll see a statue depicting firemen rescuing Lily Hitchcock Coit from that burning building. The story of right down. Now you'll notice that the fireman in the front of that statue has his hand outreached like this. Every once in a while you'll be walking by this park and you'll see that he's holding a beer bottle.
Excellent. How was it, Ruby?
I'm sleeping. Don't take my picture. It was delicious, but much too much to eat. You gotta run around the block 15 times and burn up all the calories. Otherwise, but
Bye-bye.
my stomach hurts. I got a pain in my stomach right here. Eating too much. Oh dear.
That's going to make a good video.
Good video, yeah, like somebody puking.
And that's the leftover eggplant.
Yes, it's going to go somewhere to whoever wants it.
I always take pictures of the food before. I try to do it before we eat rather than after.
Take a picture of me when I'm eating. That is so good. Yummy, yummy. Hey, we got a sandwich to the plane. The name of the store is
Under the Golden Gate.
Under the Golden Gate. There's little shot
Show
glasses.
me what you want to remember.
This for David.
Okay.
Pretty white. See the koi and the other tower?
It's too bad Ruby isn't in it.
Building. Come on over here.
I don't want Ruby at anything
Ruby,
anymore.
come here.
I'm so
Come here. See my beautiful hair with all the gray.
with all the cable cars.
I think we're almost finished. We're going home to the hotel, the Radisson Hotel.
Okay, I guess we got everything that we came for. We're all checked out. Here's 39. And we got souvenirs for everybody. We got shirts, cable cars, and prints, and we got jackets. Did we get any jewelry?
Yeah, we got jewelry.
We got jewelry, I don't remember that.
Too much jewelry.
So that's enough, and we'll just take everything, pack it all away, and pay the excess shipping charge.
No, it won't be that. Oh, here's Ruby. Where are you going, Ruby? Ruby, Ruby.
You know?
Today is Thursday, the 27th. Because we fly back tomorrow at almost 11 o'clock. And we arrive in my Fort Lauderdale at 7:15. See, I remembered.
And what are we doing tonight?
Tonight we're going to try to get on the cable car and go up the steep hills and have a little bite before we go to bed. And then that's it. The trip is over. And then we get to see our doggies. The poor little doggies.
The big payoff. We get to see the dogs again. synopsis.
It was a great trip. I really enjoyed San Francisco. It's something unusual for me. Wonderful sights on the tour that we saw. I think San Francisco is a wonderful place to go.
How about Regent?
Oh yeah, the ship. The ship was great.
Seems so long ago.
Yeah, I enjoyed the food and camaraderie and everything else, but it got tiring. And too much food. I didn't want to eat anymore.
But then you get back adjusted to your normal life, and then you're ready to go on vacation again in 4 months.
Are you kidding me? Don't you dare.
San Francisco, open your golden gate. You'll let nobody wait outside your door. San Francisco, here is your wandering one saying I wonder no more. Other places only make me love you best. Tell me you're the one in all the golden West. San Francisco, I'm coming home again, never to roam again, never to roam again. San Francisco, right when I arrive, I really come alive, and you will laugh to see me perpendicular, hanging on a cable car. San Francisco, let me beat my feet up and down Market Street. I'm gonna climb Nob Hill just to watch it get dark from the top of the mark. There's Brooklyn Bridge, London Bridge, and the bridge of San Luis Rey. But the only bridge that's a real gone